Tonight, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Buffalo Bills.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Looking deep.
Oh,
Julio.
shit!
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute...
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, still a long way to go in the season. We know that. But as it stands, these are your top 2 seeds in the AFC. So I ask you, is this a potential AFC championship preview?
Brandon, I need you to get me a fence and a saddle because I'm about to ride that bad boy because I think there's so many good teams in the AFC. Maybe we could look at like 3 games a weekend and say, this could be an AFC championship preview.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Complete to Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
These 2 teams all tied after 1. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Kaepernick now to throw. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 21. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Jones has it, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. And now this offense gets ready to take over the football, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Derrick Henry. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's act. Jones goes diving, and he's got it. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Kaepernick. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's a Titans touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones. So we are in the final minute now of the 1st half as this offense gets ready to take over. They begin with Henry. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So we reach an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Titans. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 107 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Kaepernick going to throw. Flushed out right. Finding room to the 20. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but then it became decision time. And when he saw they had room to run, he made the right decision to pull it down there, and he winds up picking up the first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Henry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Henry again. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Henry again on 2nd down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw, Kaepernick. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Man open left side is Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Late stages of the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. On the slant, he'll give it to Jones. Touchdown! Julio Jones. 50 yards. And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking. So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
In a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out, they're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained, but maybe more points.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far...